What is up, kids, and welcome back to another episode of the ConsumeCast. My name is Brandon, and before we dive into my story for today, I have just a couple of housekeeping items and some info that you may or may not care about. So first, to start off, I do apologize that this is once again an audio-only video podcast. It's an audio-only video on my channel / an episode of the podcast. I'm trying to get the podcast on iTunes. That's kind of a thing I don't quite understand. I am normally pretty tech savvy, but I've never understood RSS feeds. I don't understand if I have to pay like a subscription service to a company to host it, or I can put it on my website, which is Grassman Media. I do graphic design as well as promotion for not only my wife's books, but other stuff, and I'm trying to incorporate my YouTube into it, but that's a side note I didn't mean to go down. I don't know if I need to just incorporate an RSS feed and then host it elsewhere, or how that whole process works. So if you can help me with that, that would be phenomenal. Leave a comment down below. Email me, which that email can be found all over the place, or just tweet at me or DM me on Twitter at AlteredWalters. So then, now that I've apologized for that, today should have been a hour and a half long actual video episode of the podcast with a good buddy of mine that I grew up with, Kaylin. However, that is a 10 gigabyte file, and I was not prepared to render that in time, and so I decided that with the interesting story that happened today that you're about to hear, I would supplement this mini podcast for a video on Thursday, and I just haven't had any time to do Q reviews. But don't get upset. Don't think I'm just going to post audio things on YouTube, because I do feel bad about it, and I do apologize to you guys that do support me, because it means a lot to me. So, expect the Q reviews to return. If you want Let's Plays of stuff, leave me a comment. I don't really know if people like that, because I'm more of a movie guy, but, discussions, reviews, previews, all that awesome stuff is still in the works. I do it. That is still me. These podcasts are just super easy to incorporate into my schedule with my commute to and from work. And it's kind of an easy way for me to make sure I don't miss my Tuesday or Thursday uploads when I'm busy, and don't have the time to sit down and plan out a video and film it. So, I do apologize. I do feel very, very bad. But of course, I will not let the family down. I do not let the kids down. There will be a video Tuesday or Thursday, so that's why I'm here. So, once again, I'm in my car, commuting. I drive a sports car. It's great on gas. It's got a loud exhaust. I love my car to death. His name's Franklin. Franklin Stein. He's got green on him. He's loud and obnoxious, and I love it. Whatever, I'm a white dude from Ohio. I gotta drive a ricey car so I'm not just bored with the Midwest. Anyway, my car is loud. I do apologize for that. If you can hear it in the audio, I am, very sorry. I do apologize for that. But normally I'm able to play with the levels, and it's not too bad. So, bear with me. Eventually, everything will be up to par once I can, be more professional with my stuff. But as of now, this is a very 2-bit operation, and I think you guys understand that, and that is some of my charm. Okay, so now that is my housekeeping, and if you're still with me and you haven't clicked off yet, you guys are the fucking bomb. That is the only way to put it. You guys are awesome. I love you to death. Shout out to my boy Kaylin once again, because if you're listening to this with your girlfriend, that's awesome, and I hope she's wondering why in the hell you're friends with me, because I'm a weirdo, and you know what? She's probably right. Anyway, let's get back to it, and shout out to all you freaking awesome people out there. I love you all to death. So, before we dive into the story, I'm tangent-filled, I always am, whatever. Go to patreon.com/AlteredWalters. Most of you know what it is. If you don't, it's like a tip service. It's like Kickstarter monthly. Basically, the goal there is throw me some doubloons, some of your spare change. Help me get to the point where I don't have to worry about working my full-time day job while I go to school and while I continue to strive to be a filmmaker and a content creator with my life. There are rewards and perks, and if you guys want, or DM me or tweet at me and tell me what would be cool to see on the site, I will change those rewards and the amount of money that needs donated to earn those things. I just need some input, some feedback. $1 is all I ask from you guys. $1 from 20 of you is still enough to put gas in my car to get to work one day. Just this is a slow start. I understand that. So now that I'm done with that, I hate plugging it. I hate sounding like I'm asking for money, but that is just the way that the cookie crumbles with content creation and media nowadays. So let's dive into the story. No more prolonging it. Yada, yada, yada. So the place I work at, as many of you know because I've mentioned it in videos before, but I won't mention it again today because I am afraid that possibly it could get me into trouble for talking about it sometimes. But anyway, I work somewhere where there is a Christmas break off. However, with the job title I have, I'm a custodian. So I don't get these breaks. A lot of people think that I don't have to work on many of the breaks or situations like that because of the type of place that I work at. However, lo and behold, I am there all the time. I work 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, yada, yada, yada. I'm there. You can expect me to be there cleaning up after, people, regardless of the holiday or the time of year or the season. So I am there. I had a couple of other employees in there today who aren't, they can be there, but they're not required to be there. So it's kind of weird to see them or what have you. So I run into one of these employees, and it actually scares me because normally at this time of day, I work second shift, You're not likely to see someone at this place at that time, especially over a holiday break. So I jumped, or whatever, but that's typical for me. I'm a scaredy cat. And I have a small interaction with this person, and, we obviously identify that both of us are in the building, and yada, yada, yada. Because it is a holiday break or whatever, we have a sign-in sheet just so that when an alarm is set at this building for the security purposes, it is not set while somebody's in the building. Lo and behold, less than a half hour after I run into this woman, the alarm is set, and it goes off while I'm in the building. So, you gotta wonder, A, you just saw me there. Why in the hell did you set the alarm for the building we both work in when clearly I'm there at all times? You just saw me there. There was no confirmation as to if I was still there or any of that. You just set the alarm and left. I got a problem with that, A, but, whatever. B, I was not picked up on any of the motion sensors that would not allow the alarm to set because I have increased my protein intake and decreased, some other things. Just trying to eat a little bit better, get some energy, get healthy. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I'm on a pretty high protein diet, especially today. I had an absorbent amount of protein, which if you have experience with this, I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom doing my business, and the alarm was set. So when I come out of the bathroom, right after I've, enjoyed myself and relaxed and done what I had to do as a man, that sounded sexual. It wasn't. I dropped the deuce. After I come out of there, feeling good, getting ready to get back to work, I take 2 steps and an ear-piercing alarm goes off. And at this point, my day is a shot. It goes right downhill, terrifies me because it is loud, unexpected. I'm at work. This alarm should not be going off at all. And once the alarm goes off, I have 2 minutes before the cops show up, probably 3 minutes before my boss gets called, and probably 3.5 minutes before my boss's boss gets called. This is not a situation you want to deal with, especially over a holiday break after they are at home with their families enjoying their time. So here I am, a very large, robust man who just enjoyed a delightful bathroom break, having to run up across this building, which is over 100,000 square feet building, to set this alarm, or, to clear this alarm and make sure that the cops do not show up and my bosses are not alerted, and opening up that can of worms for myself. So here I am, running up there, I get it turned off, the police department isn't called, it tells me that call was canceled, not to worry about it, yada, 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 go on with your day. So, I do this, and we have a two-door entry system so that unwanted people cannot get into the building. There's a door you can come in, and then you have to be approved beyond that point to get into said building. So when I walked out of the first door, lo and behold, Brandon's keys were not on him to get back in the building. I always have my work keys in my back right pocket. They're on a lanyard every day, without a doubt. Those keys are in my right pocket. However, today, through some unknown circumstance, my car keys were in that pocket instead of my work keys. Normally, I go to my locker at work and I put my car keys in, take my work keys out, and put those in my pocket. It's a routine. I do it every day. That did not happen today for some reason. So basically, I'm stuck in between two doors. I'm locked out of, my workplace, but I'm in the warm, it's cold in Ohio, whatever. So I didn't have to worry about that. But there's no way for me to get in. And it's not like I can just wait this out and, somebody will walk by, I'll get in. I'm the only person here now because at that time when the alarm was set by this lady, which I can't figure out why this happened, but, when this alarm was set, we're the only two people in the building over a holiday break. So I'm now the only person near this place, locked in between two doors without my keys. And my day is pretty much shot downhill. And now, I'm thinking, what in the world am I going to do? I'm kind of screwed. I really don't want to bother anybody. I only have a couple of my coworkers, phone numbers, and most of them live out of town like myself. Who am I going to call? What am I going to do except to call my boss and hope that this doesn't basically light a fire under their ass and result in me hearing some sort of lecture, about blah, 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 blah. Anywho, so I call my mother, who also works at the same place I do, and I say, what should I do? Can you help me? What in the world am I going to do? And, she's like, you're out of luck, dude. You're locked in there. At least you have your phone that you can call people, but you're kind of screwed. So we basically figure out together that I will call my other boss, who is under my main boss. Wayne, he's a nice guy. He's funny. And, hopefully by calling him instead of my main boss, I can still get the help I need without getting, a stern talking to or, feeling like I really bothered someone. So basically, I call this gentleman while he's eating dinner. Come to find out, I feel absolutely awful about it, but I have to tell him straight up, another employee didn't have the common sense or the decency to check and or realize that I'm there for a complete work shift, not just to stop in and copy some papers, and they set the alarm on me. After canceling the alarm so I didn't bother any of you people, I locked myself out. He totally understands, is cool with it, he says just, I'm going to finish eating and then I'll be out. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, you take your time. So here I am, almost 30 minutes later, standing in this foyer, feeling absolutely awful and kind of embarrassed, but also kind of annoyed by the person that caused this whole ordeal. And then he shows up, lets me in, I go on with my day. And that's the day I've had. December 29th, 2015 is the day I'm recording this on my drive home from work. Will go down in history as being a major what the hell day. Like, I don't even know how to explain, how you would feel about this if you don't sort of have experience in a professional work environment that you're only at to pay your bills so you can do what you want with your real life. It's like, I only care so much about, the things that happen. I do my job, I care, yada, yada, yada. But I don't get into the politics or the social interaction of things. And this whole situation just ruined my day. It's just something that you're like, well, that sucked, and I don't understand, how dull and lacking of common sense can you be that you wouldn't think to not set an alarm when somebody else is there. Awesome that you set the alarm, you care about doing what you're supposed to do, but the only reason you're supposed to do that is when absolutely nobody's there. You know that, and you go around and check the building to make sure you're the only person there. That is the entire point of this system that was put into place. So whatever, I guess I gotta let it go. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss a podcast. And I figured, today of all days, I at least have a story. I'm not just going to go on and on about movies or, some other random stuff. So that was my story for the day. I know this is an extremely short, not video podcast on YouTube as my video for Thursday and blah, 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 blah. But like I tell you guys, you mean the world to me. I wouldn't disappoint you by missing a week. Some of you probably wouldn't have noticed if I missed a day, during my week. But I'm committed to these Tuesday, Thursday videos. I have not missed a video in 6 months, 7 months maybe. And that is the longest I've ever done any of this YouTube stuff. I've been in the YouTube community since 2007 probably, but I've started different channels. I've, deleted channels. I've not uploaded videos. I've if I would have kept with this from a young age and really followed what I wanted to do, I'm sure I'd be way farther and be able to support myself on this like I'm trying to do. So with that, I am committed to this. I truly mean that. And all the help and support you guys give me is awesome. If you want to see absolutely anything, if you have any, requests or think that I could bring a new take to a subject or a topic, I guess is one and the same, but something that you want to see. And I'm a very specific guy. You guys know me. I'm weird and I like pretty much everything, but I got strong opinions and I ramble a lot, which I'm trying to get better at. But at the same time, rambling is nice. It's my true thoughts and opinions, and nothing is filtered or necessarily. Nothing has a veneer on it. This is just me. Whatever. So give me your feedback. Share it with a friend. If you got a friend who likes the same stuff you do, turn me their way. It's not going to hurt you any. Follow my Twitter, share my tweets, share the videos, all that awesome stuff. You may not realize it, but every like on a video, every favorite on a tweet, every share on a social media, share any of these videos on Facebook with your family. Your aunt's not going to mind. She probably posts nonsense constantly. Share this around. Your social currency helps me just as much as the real currency you put behind me on Patreon or on my website, grassmanmedia.com. All these things help me out tremendously. They give me the confidence and the ability to work on new projects, continue to make the Q review, and expand the channel. And into 2016, I want you guys to expect short films, a full-blown podcast actually on iTunes, episodes of the podcast that are video, Q reviews. Maybe we'll increase the schedule of videos. I would love to do more videos for you guys. Hopefully some gameplay, all that awesome stuff that people like, and vlogs. I'm hoping to, take some cool weekend trips with my wife, and some of you guys love the vlogs and see my wife and me and our weird, quirky interactions and all that awesome stuff. So, 2016 is going to be a great year, and there will be a video about 2016, my plans, my goals, my resolutions, and a wrap-up for 2015. So, expect that. That will be very soon. Very, very soon. And in the meantime, stay awesome, kids. Join the family if you're not already a part of it, and that's what I like to call all of you guys. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, all that awesome stuff. I'm rambling now to the point where I should probably shut up. So I am going to go, and you guys have an awesome, awesome time, and I will see you either Tuesday or Thursday for the next installment of a video, hopefully, and not just an audio podcast. Fingers crossed. I love you guys. I'll see you faces later. Bye! Morty. I just want to fillet a fish inside a McDouble. Morty.